Yo, what's up ladies and gentlemen, it's Ace, and welcome to a new bi-weekly series. I'll be uploading a top 5 or 10 every 2 weeks on Tuesday. So you'll see one every first and last Tuesday of the month. Now, enough of my babbling, now let's jump into this top 10. The Nintendo DS, the best-selling handheld to this day. It spawned many variations, such as the DS Lite, the DSi, and its predecessor, the 3DS. But we're here to talk about the DS's amazing library of games. Sure, there was a lot of shovelware, but there were some original and entertaining games on the system. So I was thinking, why not list my top 10 DS games of all time? Jumping into number 10 is New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. Originally released in 2006, this game took the original Mario visuals and mechanics and overhauled them to bring us a great experience. I've already done a video on my experience with this game, so I'll keep this short. But if you want to know more about this game, click this link right here. Or annotation, yeah. So anyways, the gameplay never felt smoother. If you hit B, you jump. If you slightly tap the B button, you do a short hop. In addition, wall jumping is super easy and fun to do. And all this is possible because of the game's tight controls. Another reason why this game is so awesome is because of the power-ups. There's a giant mushroom, and the shell power-up. Continuing the trend of new things, new multiplayer content was added to the game, such as Mario vs Luigi, which is 2 players, and minigames which support up to 4 people. Mario and friends will greet you with a great experience, so pick up this game if you haven't already. Dashing its way to number 9 is Okamiden. Do you like playing as a puppy that can destroy demons as he pleases? Well then, Okamiden is the game for you. Okamiden is the sequel to Okami, which released on the PS2 and Wii. This game really utilizes the DS's touchscreen. You'll be asked to draw certain shapes such as a bomb to blow up a rock, or a sun to make it sunny. You can also draw a line through enemies to damage them or stun them. This allows you to go in for the easy kill. Similar to the Zelda games, you'll be going inside dungeons where you'll be faced with puzzles, bad guys, and to top it off, bosses. Each boss battle is pretty damn unique. With their own attacks and patterns, you'll recognize each pattern and know when to strike. Furthermore, this game just looks drop dead gorgeous. I mean, holy crap, is this really on a DS? Because it looks amazing. Sure, if you don't like the Japanese art style, you might not like it, but you know, it kinda grows on you, you know? Another amazing component is the characters. They're also quirky and original. These characters and the dialogue really drives the story. And oh boy, Okamiden in particular really takes you through a roller coaster of feels, if you know what I'm saying. If you've played Okami or just like a good single player game, look no further than Okamiden. Arriving at number 8 is Fossil Fighters. As a youngster Joey, I was always amazed at how cool dinosaurs were. I mean, there were so many varieties of them, like some of them had different features such as claws, wings, you know, some could swim. I was like, whoa, that's really cool. Anyways, Fossil Fighter makes all dinosaur lovers' dreams come true. You can dig up the head of a dinosaur. Vivisaur, as this game calls it. So, as I was saying before, once you get the head, you can revive your own Vivisaur. And you can also increase the power of your Vivisaur by getting more body parts. So let's say you get the leg, the arms, and the body, and you have a complete set. So then your Vivisaur is basically like really strong, and you know it's all its stats is increased. So like attack, speed, defense, everything is increased, and you just need to level him up, and he'll become the strongest Vivisaur it can possibly be. But wait, where do you even find these bones? Well, you basically have to go to these mines, and you can dig up fossils. And you don't really know what fossil you got until you get to a lab to dig it up. So, you know, it's like kind of like a mystery, and you're like, whoa, what, did I get the piece I needed? And then, yeah, it's pretty fun. There are also Vivisaur trainers in the mine, so you can also battle other Vivisaurs and gain experience. So, once your goodie bag is filled with fossils, you have to go back to a lab to dig them up. Now, you have certain tools and you need to carefully dig the bones out. And when I say carefully, I mean carefully because if you damage your bones, you weaken your fossil. So the less damage your fossil takes, the stronger your Vivisaur becomes. There are many types of Vivisaurs similar to Pokemon. We have the usual fire, water, grass, we have earth, flying, and some other ones that I can't really remember right now. In addition to types, there's also roles. There's the glass cannon attacker who should be up in front, and right next to him is the tank. And in the back is the support who will give extra stats to the two in the front. So using strategy is the key to success for the best results. The story in the game isn't half bad either. Many memorable moments, and some funny lines are embedded throughout the story. Fossil Fighters is an excellent game, even if you don't like dinosaurs. There's even a sequel on the 3DS. However, I heard the original is still better. Coming up at number 7 is Kirby Superstar Ultra. It was really hard to choose between this and Kirby's Weak Squad, but I felt that Superstar Ultra overall had a lot more content and enjoyment. Pretty sure you all know who Kirby is, but if you don't know, he's a pink puffball who can swallow enemies and copy their abilities. There's Sword, Cutter, Beam, Rock, and many more. All you need to do is suck an enemy by holding down B and then pressing down. Sometimes enemies won't have abilities, so you can just spit them back out with B. The bosses of each world are always fun to take out. However, some may be really easy, so if you're looking for a challenge, this isn't the place. In addition to the regular story, there's also a Meta Knight story arc where you play as Meta Knight. It's a fun yet different experience because you always play as Kirby who can copy other abilities. However, with Meta Knight you only use the sword, so basically you're forced to get good with it. Also, there's a boss rush mode to test your skills, that is, if you're up for the challenge, cause man, it is pretty challenging, but I managed to do a couple of them, and it was pretty damn fun and hard. But anyways guys, Kirby Superstar Ultra is a classic game and should be played by everyone. Finishing at 6th place is Mario Kart DS. I've raced countless of times with my friends over local multiplayer. Only one person needs the game to play with everyone, however we're limited to 4 people. Also, the people who don't have the game are automatically Shy Guys and have the standard car. So if you want to choose your character and the car parts, then you have to get the game, but other than that, you're pretty much set. Except for the fact that you're only limited to 4 cups. So if you want the full local multiplayer experience, I suggest everybody get a copy. My friends and I would always have a blast, whether we were racing down Waluigi's pinball, or chucking shells at each other during Balloon Fight. Man, I miss Balloon Fight. In addition to all the cups, there's also Mission Mode. Mission Mode had you doing various objectives. My favorite was when you had to use mushrooms to push off this Mr. Bomb King dude, I forgot his name, but yeah, that was pretty fun. I don't understand why Nintendo hasn't added Mission Mode back into the newer Mario Karts. So maybe we'll see Mission Mode return in Mario Kart 9? Maybe? For NX? Maybe? With all that said, if you have a DS, Mario Kart, and some friends, then you'll be guaranteed to have an awesome time. And if you don't have friends, well too bad. Shooting its way to number 5 is Metroid Prime Hunters. The first FPS Metroid on a handheld. Many were amazed on how such an intense shooter could even run on a DS's limited hardware. The Prime trilogy was released on the GameCube and was loved and hated by many people. The same goes for this game. Some people hate this game, some people love it. Personally, I love this game because of its multiplayer content. Single player wise, this game was meh, but multiplayer was something different. With one copy of Metroid Prime Hunters, you can play with up to 4 people and choose from 7 other hunters. Each character had its own mobile form, and each character had its own regular shooter form. Mix these two things up and you have an insanely chaotic, yet fun, multiplayer experience. The maps are a bit plain looking, but they're decent sized and have many different layers to them. Even though Metroid Prime Hunters released early in the DS's life cycle, it still remains as one of the most fun DS games and best looking DS games of all time. Making its appearance at number 4 is The World Ends With You. I highlighted this game and Metroid Prime Hunters on my top 5 games that should get a sequel on the 3DS. So you wake up in the middle of nowhere in Shibuya, and then all of a sudden you get this number on your arm and you're like, whoa, what is this? And then it turns out you have a week to win this quote-unquote game, or else you die. And then you're like, I don't want to die, so then you end up playing the game. Along your adventures, you meet your stunningly attractive companion, Shiki, and others who are also playing this quote-unquote game. Combat-wise, you have pins that determine your attack. Each pin has its own stats and attributes, so there's earth, fire, psychokinesis, light, a bunch of other ones. In addition, you can also control your partner by pressing certain directions on the D-pad. A set number of directions will appear on the screen, and you press them in the right order, and then bam, you just did the attack. Traveling in the city of Shibuya, you are accompanied with some catchy J-pop music that gets you pumped up to kill some baddies. I'm not the biggest fan of J-pop, but man, in this game, it just feels right. The game's story justifies a playthrough alone. With its unique cast of characters and great dialogue, you'll be consumed by this game. If you have yet to play this game, pause this video right now, go to Amazon, go to GameStop, go wherever you gotta go, and then once you got it, unpause this video and watch the rest. Getting the 3rd place trophy is Bowser's Inside Story. This is the 3rd installment in the Mario and Luigi series, and man, it did not disappoint at all. The brothers find themselves in a, well, gross situation. They're literally inside Bowser, hence the title of this game. Anyways, for those who don't know, this is a turn-based RPG with Mario and Luigi. You can attack by pressing A or B, and A is for Mario and B is for Luigi. You can also dodge incoming enemy attacks by pressing A or B at the right time. Where this game really shines is the game's dialogue. It is the most hilarious scenarios I've ever seen. All this game wants to do is make you smile, and it succeeds in that. Combining this with some villainous bosses that do pose quite a challenge, You're guaranteed to have a blast. But wait, there's more. Did I forget to mention that you can play as Bowser? Oh, well, now I did. It's insanely fun and you feel overpowered. So if anything convinces you to buy this game, let it be this. The runner-up at number 2 is Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And man, it was so hard to choose between this and Pokemon Platinum. But in the end, Johto is my favorite region and I did play the original Gold and Silver, so nostalgia may have influenced me a bit. The Johto remakes brought one of my favorite features of all time, Pokemon following you wherever you go. I know this may sound minuscule, but as a kid I've always wanted to interact with my Pokemon more. It actually feels like I'm going on an adventure with my Pokemon and I can even talk to them and see how they're doing. See if he hates me, see if he loves me, I don't know. In addition to the massive Johto region, we also get the Kanto region too, so it's like a 2-for-1 deal and it's insane, so you get to collect 16 badges instead of 8. And oh my god, it's amazing going to a new region, getting a new Pokemon, and you still get to keep all your old Pokemon. To this day, Gold and Silver are still the only Pokemon games to have 2 regions included, and that's why I love this game so much. The recently passed away Mr. Iwata made this possible by creating a way to compress files so that I could fit all that memory into the Game Boy cartridge. If it wasn't for him, Gold and Silver wouldn't be the same game I loved. Thank you, Mr. Iwata, rest in peace. Well guys, I'm not really feeling it, so I'm just gonna end the video here. So if you guys like what you saw, please hit that hold it! Yelling. At number 1 is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. With several sequels on the DS and 3DS, and even its own anime series airing right now, there's no other lawyer as popular as Phoenix Wright. You play as said lawyer and you defend your clients, who all seem to be charged for murder for some reason. Now you're probably thinking this game is gonna be boring, but you're wrong! Yelling and is extremely fun. But before that, we gotta look for some evidence. Using the DS's touchscreen, you can tap certain objects to examine it. If it's important for the case, you'll automatically take it. After we collect all the evidence, now it's time to go to court. After you press the witness for a little bit, and you see him sweating, pull out your big evidence and give him the power of justice! Give him the old Yugimoto like he did with Kaiba.
Obliterate!
The story is very intriguing and you'll want to figure out who the actual murderer is. On your way, you'll be faced with Japanese samurais, your useless best friend from elementary school, your elementary school friend who is a prosecutor, and boobs. Lots of boobs. On that journey, you'll be accompanied by a wonderful soundtrack that honestly defines the game. Whether you just presented crucial evidence that could win your case, or you're just chilling with Maya in the office, the music is always amazing and keeps you uplifted. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is the first of a fantastic series that is loved by many. And if you're skeptical about having fun playing this game, just give it a try before you say no. Well guys, that concludes my top 10 DS games. If you have a list you would like to share, comment down below. While you're at it, why don't you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. This is Ace, and have a stellar day.